Sous le concept douloureux de séparation, nous découvrons un lien entre nous et tous les êtres vivants. Cette phrase est tirée du dernier livre de Sharon Salzberg, L'amour qui guérit. Sharon Salzberg est née à New York dans les années 50. Elle a découvert la méditation en Inde et elle a ensuite joué un rôle très important dans l'introduction de cette pratique en Occident. Aujourd'hui, elle dirige des retraites de méditation partout dans le monde et elle est particulièrement appréciée pour sa fine compréhension et son expérience de la bienveillance et de la compassion. Lors de son dernier passage à Paris, nous l'avons rencontrée pour Le Monde des Religions et Philosophie TV.
Hi, my name is Sharon Salzberg. I'm from the United States and I've been teaching meditation for close to 40 years now. There was one teacher I had, a woman named Deepa Ma, or Deepa's mother. Deepa Ma is like a nickname. And she was the person who told me to teach. It wasn't like I had this ambition or even the possibility in my mind. I was in India studying meditation. She was one of my teachers, and she was a remarkable woman. And then she said two things that were really amazing. One was, she said, you really understand suffering, that's why you should teach. And then she said, you can do anything you want to do. It's the thinking you can't do it that's going to stop you. So I left thinking, no, I won't. Went back to the States, and circumstances just kind of came together in some way, and my life moved, and I began teaching, and then I established a retreat center, and I realized one day, oh, I'm not going back. She was right. Well, we would say that all of meditation training is a training in attention. That's what it actually is. It doesn't need to be tied to a belief system. You know, it's the way people think usually is that you have to become something, you have to reject some other system of thought, but it's really not. It's training attention. And so the first training is in concentration, where we learn to make our attention more steady, more settled, more centered, and then in mindfulness, where we learn to make our attention more refined, in a way more free. It's like what we were just talking about, the add-ons. Mm-hmm. You know, with mindfulness, we learn to release those add-ons. So our attention is much closer to what's actually happening. And then loving kindness is also a training in attention, which puzzles many people, in that we really open our attention. And sometimes I actually say we play with our attention. If we're accustomed, say, at the end of the day of thinking about ourselves and just thinking about the mistakes we made and the things we said not quite right, and in loving kindness, we almost ask ourselves, like, did anything else happen today? Like anything good? So we're just stretching, we're opening our attention beyond the habits of only looking for what's wrong in ourselves, beyond the habit of ignoring some as though they don't count, and realizing that everybody counts, everybody matters. So it's really like this stretch, this flexibility. Well, my experience of meditation is that even though, of course, it's something we might do just by ourselves, although sometimes people do it certainly in groups, and that people have this idea that it makes you quite withdrawn and indifferent to the world. My experience, and I think the genuine experience of people, everybody, is that it doesn't make you more withdrawn, it makes you more connected. I don't know that it actually became urgent in my mind. Okay. It was just, it seemed so correct. I had been so hugely helped by my meditation practice, and it had been of such enormous benefit that I wanted to really share that to the best of my ability. And I think it's the growth of interest in meditation in the Western world has been a big surprise. I mean, we had no idea, and we didn't have a plan. You know, let's try to have a meditation center in every corner of America or something like that. It wasn't at all a strategic thing. It just felt like, okay, it's good to share this. And then we started the center and the Insight Meditation Society, and it kept growing. Now it seems urgent because now I can see the effect in communities and families, and I think, oh, and look at, I mean, the world, I'll speak for the United States, is really, there are a lot of hard things going on and a lot of very grave difficulties, and I think, wouldn't it be wonderful if more and more people had this tool? We talk a lot in society now about resiliency, and you know, communities needing to be resilient after a flood, after a natural disaster, economies needing to be resilient to come back from some event or series of events, and there's not nearly as much attention to individual resiliency and how that contributes to the larger picture, and I think that's an important role meditation can play.